Hello, today I would like to show you something interesting. This is not something that I usually do, but here we've got a Maritime VHF radio. This is something that you can see on a boat in a cabin. This is a model number Shipmate RS 8300. This is interesting device by the whole design. It is strictly channelized and have quite unique features. In general, you have to apply for a license for this unit, and after you get license, you are going to get a MMSID, which stands for Maritime Mobile Service Identity. This is a 9-digit number that's going to be tied to your radio and to your vessel, and if anything will be wrong, you can place an emergency call, and the Coast Guard and everyone else will know exactly who call an emergency, who place a call. This is quite important because you cannot change that number by yourself. After, when you buy this radio brand new, you can enter your ID from a handset, but after you do it, it's going to be permanently fixed to the radio and stored in the EEPROM memory. Most likely that's because of a safety reason and implication. You do not want someone to place a false call in behalf of a different station, so it is quite complicated and it have to be done by a service personnel. I believe that's the goal. How to check whether you've got a brand new unit without that identity program? You are going to press the E key, up, 9, 7, and the E again. And if you see those those question marks, that mean you do not have program identity, and the radio is ready to be programmed by your thing straight from the handset. Testing this radio can be a little bit challenging. That's because each of channels have a different frequency, but at the same time those frequencies are varying and have a split. So some channels are designed to be work ship to ship and they do not use split, but some are used ship to shore and they've got a split. So you have to keep track on the frequency list if you would like to test it, because you can end up in situation that you are transmitting on one frequency and receiving on a completely different. And that's make a lot of sense, because for like an emergency purpose, when you would like to locate a vessel, there is an emergency, you are exactly know that message was broadcast from a ship, and if there will be like a mayday call, just by tracking the frequency, you know that it wasn't from a shore, but from a ship. So that's quite interesting. It's not related to a relay that you can find on amateur radio, that when you're transmitting with a split. Here is a split used to make that distinction, except of those channels for our ship-to-ship communication. And this is how the unit looks like. Here you can power it on and off. You have ability to to transmit a 25 watt of power. It go from like a 150 hertz to 170, but it's strictly channelized and jump in between. You do not have any free tune option. If you would like to go to channel 1, then you go 0, 1, and it will go in a second for channel 1, channel 6, 0, 6, and it go there. Each keys have a different function. You access them by pressing first the E key, and I can go with for example 1 watt mode. To go back, I go here and 1 watt, and that's gone. Here we've got a quick 16 channel. Let's go to channel 6. So yeah, this is how it looks like. We've got a basic function like on every FM radio. We've got a squelch, and as you can hear, the squelch has open. We can increase it and make it close. We've got a volume adjustment. We've got ability to use, I believe, external speaker. That's how looks the external speaker on or you can press it next to your head and make a confident call. We can try the receiver. If I'm going to make a couple adjustments, and now I'm transmitting to the radio, and you should be able to hear that. But it go through a dummy load, and that's why the signal is attenuated. As you can see, the construction of the radio is quite interesting. That's because the receiver transmitter unit is disconnected from the handpiece. This can be located in the area that we've got a good connection to the antenna, to the power supply, and at the same time we can route this cable to the cockpit and have in the accessible location. If you take a look, here we've got the main power supply, and the radio is operated from 12 volts. Here we've got the speaker. We've got ability to connect to handset and some auxiliary equipment. I'm not entirely sure what that means. And here we've got the master power switch, and the unit is very rugged, and that's because this is a 25 watt unit, so it can get really hot. This is the cable that you mount in the cockpit, in the cabin. And if you take a look, because I take a look at this, and that looks like a military connector, and it wasn't. It reminded me so much military connector that I go and grab my PRC 148 battery eliminator, and yeah, it looks like it, but it's not. It's actually smaller, but we were very close because this is strictly the same company. They were made by the same company, so absolutely the best quality in class. The amp connector, very well known, and the handset, the speaker. This is how it looks like. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.